I don't come from a lot of money. My family, they've planted so many limited belief towards making money, owning money. It's like, if you make a lot of money, you obviously have to do something bad or you cheated somebody. I've been insecure about everything my entire life. When I was 22, I realized if I continue to let those things run me, I would grow up to be a 30-year-old loser. Remember what I texted in the group? I feel so out of place, bro. I'm like the small dog. I went from below 10K a month for about 3 months to 25K last month. However, Rev Gen, I hit 32K and we're pacing at least 40K at the end of this month. It's only the 10th.
Oh, bro. Let's go.
My dad called 3 days ago. Told him how much money you need, just let me know. And he said $2 grand. I was like, I'll transfer it over tomorrow. It felt good. By December, if we don't hit 100, bro, I'm doing something fucking wrong.
You flew out, how long? How long was it?
8 hours.
8-hour flight from Vietnam, and you're in my hometown. Yeah, my first client to be in my hometown, actually, which is sick. The closest one was Jaden in KL. Yeah, for those that don't know, who is Matt and what is your business transformation?
Yeah, so my name is Matt. I'm 24. I help skinny fat guys level up their body, transform their mind, and what I give them is like a full identity shift towards, you know, being very empowered towards building anything they want. I went from below 10K a month for about 3 months to over, I cash collected 25K last month. However, Rev Gen, I hit 32K and we're pacing at least 40K at the end of this month. And it's only the 10th, 11th.
Literally. What are you at for this month?
13.5 cash collected.
Come on, bro. Let's go. And you know, the whole goal of these videos is, again, to show you guys exactly what Matt is doing in order to actually reach these revenue goals and actually hit these type of numbers and everything, because I say it all the time, it's a mix of obviously what we give you, the advice we give you, and then also the work that you do. So I guess I kind of run him through what was the main thing that you shifted that allowed you to kind of hit a 2.5x in the first literally 30 days? Because we haven't been working long, you know?
Yeah, I'd say I came in without any ego. Like, I knew if I reached help, like out for help and I put 10 grand down, that's how much I paid and everything. I knew I had to try to absorb everything as possible.
Yeah.
So I just asked so many questions to all the members on in the group and all the mentors, you know, including Suwei. Like, I made sure to bother them whenever I had something on my mind.
Yeah.
And I implement very fast. Like, I'd say I still have so much to learn, but my thought process is if I can become very aware of my questions and what prompts I need to solve, like, on the go, then I can just hit like my goals very fast.
Yeah.
Because to be fair, bro, I wanted to hit 20 or 30K by the end of December.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you already hit that shit, which is fire. What was it for you that changed? Was it the proximity, or like, what was it, man?
I think I came in with a lot of limited belief.
Yeah. You did, bro. I remember on my call. You, like, I asked you what your goal was, and you only saying like, oh, I just want to like add an extra 5-10K, and I'm like, why? You know, if you're gonna come to me, you're gonna join the best shit in the world. You better have these big goals. So yeah, you did have a shit ton of limiting beliefs, bro.
Yeah.
And how'd you kind of get, like, what were they? What were the ones that held you back?
Number one, I thought that I had to change myself as a person to be able to make more money.
Yeah.
But I've seen so many archetypes. So whatever personality you have, there's nothing wrong with it. That's what I figure out from interacting with, say, Suwei or all the boys running over, you know, 6 figures a month. You don't have to try to fit some mold to hit these large numbers. Like, you can just be yourself, and if you can just correct the value equation, you're gonna print.
Yeah.
For me, what changed the most was exposure, in terms of just being around people like you, seeing that, damn, you're a real person. Like, that's the shit I said, right? Like, I could have joined anybody else, but I joined you because I didn't see the connection being built with anybody else that I joined.
Yeah.
And even with all the guys that I talked to running north of 6 figure, I realized that they're exactly like me. Like, we dine, we hang out, we talk and everything. It's like, we're regular people, except our, their accomplishment was very extreme and high. And I was like, if I can just tap into how they see the worldview, I could probably do the same. And, you know, just a month in.
Yeah, literally a month in, and I told you this, like, as soon as you join, I have a gut feeling that tells me how well someone will do. And I'm right 90% of the time, you know? And I remember calling you as soon as you joined, I looked at your profile, looked at what you had the YouTube channel, and you had everything laid out. And I was like, okay, this guy's the foundation to be my next big case study. And I say this all the time, the reason why I want to film 2-part interviews is because obviously you've already achieved success. You're already at kind of like that 30K a month range. But at the same time, it's
nothing.
It's nothing.
It's nothing.
You know, it's nothing. And I like to do a 2-part series because for you to scale from you know, like you were at like 8, right? 8,
Yeah.
8K a month to where you are now, which is around 30. 8K to 30, like that's a transformation in itself. And then 30 to 100 is another transformation in itself. Because that 30K a month range is that pivotal stage where it's like now you're hiring a team. Now you have managers in place and everything. And it's a different transformation for you to go from 30 to 100, which is why I wanted to film this here. And then we'll film another one in at the end of the year when you do hit 50 to 100. So it's going to be fun. But what was the main thing that you switched on to literally just double, triple your revenue in the first 30 days? What was the main thing?
Number one is conviction in what I have in terms of value to provide. I think before coming into like Suez and company, I was just floating. Like all I thought about was, hey, if I can just go viral, if I can just run up numbers, and I'm very confident with going viral, like at least on what I do. I didn't know the correct path to transfer those views or the audience into, let's say, an offer.
Yeah.
And because of that, I didn't have value in who I was a person or what I did or what value I could provide. Seeing you, like how much you've helped me, like personally, or seeing like all the boys running up crazy numbers. However, what separates everything is that they changed so many fucking lives in the process. That like I had to go back into my memory asking, how many lives have I changed genuinely? And all the guys that have worked with me, they always tell me I've made more progress in the last few months than I've had in like years. But I never let that like land, One thing, like another thing that really stood out to me was that the idea of I belong here.
Yeah.
Right? Because, dude, remember when we were on the Bali trip, right? To give you some context, the moment I joined, I went to a mastermind where Sue was hosting with a bunch of other guys.
Immediate.
Yeah, the first day, I remember what I texted in the group. I feel so out of place, bro. I'm like the small dog here. I didn't know how I could even interact with you guys. But then when we sat, we talked, we dined, we hanged out, we like just talk shit in general, like be boys. That changed my mindset so much to the point where it's like maybe I do belong here.
Yeah.
Like yes, there was a system in place. Yes, there's a factor of time that I haven't put in, but there's nothing inherently wrong with me that I can't hit these crazy numbers.
Exactly.
That's what you provided me, bro.
Exactly. And I think for you, like for a lot of people, like especially Alec, you remind me a lot of Alec when he was in Dubai. Alec was at around 10K a month when we first met up. And he was in Dubai and he told me the same thing that you told me. Dude, I feel out of place. I'm the smallest earner here. Smallest fish here. I don't know if I belong. And for you in Bali, you felt the same. You like the cool thing is like a small fish in consulting master is like 10 to 20K a month. That's a small fish, and you joined and like you're doing well, but you joined like a mastermind where everyone like the standard was 50 to 100. Andrew was doing 113, Alec did 137, and all of these guys and. I think you talking to them and you realizing that they were regular people and they weren't that different from you just kind of started something in you and you're like, okay, like I can do this as well. Because that's what Alec did. Alec went to the mastermind. He got exposed. He got proximity to the people that are doing ahead of him, guys like Cruz and Josh. And he lapped them, bro. He went from 10K to straight up 130 in the span of 4 or 5 months. And, he lapped them because he understood like, yo, these guys are not different from me. Why can't I do what they're doing? And that just... it sparked something in him and he just ran it up. And how was it like talking to a guy like Alec that was doing 6 figures a month?
No, bro. I must sound like an Alec fanboy. If you watch this, bro, it's so surreal because I see myself in Alec, like just as you said, how you saw me, like, where he was before. Because I made sure to ask the right questions towards Alec because I knew his starting point was so close to mine. The last thing before he left from that trip, I sat down, I asked his backstory. I told him like, thank you for like just being here because you changed my fucking like mindset so much. And he was like, thank you for being here. Like he thanked me for being here. Like it's just such a small phrase, but like all of this thing goes in circle, bro. Like for him to see himself in me, and for me to see myself like where he was before, none of that would have happened had I not like just asked myself how fast do I want to go,
Yeah. And I think that's the craziest part because people join for, obviously you join to scale the business, right? You join to scale the business and you join to make more money and get the strategies and everything. But one thing that is so overlooked is like fucking community, man. And the amount of people that you meet that are like-minded, the amount of friends that you make that are on the right path as you. Because I'm sure in your hometown, no one does this shit, nobody. And even for me, I'm in fucking Malaysia, bro. I'm worse, you know, at least here in the US. I'm in Malaysia. This stuff is just so out of the ordinary. It's so different from anything else that people are used to, and it's weird. It's weird. And for me to, like, I wanted to create something that I wish I had when I first started out. And that's why we're picky with who we choose. But you can attest to this. Every single person that was in the mastermind were a group of killers, huh? Every single one of them. They were a killer in some way, shape, or form. And I'm glad, like, even in our interview with Alec, we were talking about how he was in your position in Dubai. Like, he saw himself in you in Dubai.
No way.
And then now, yeah, literally. And then now he came back to the next mastermind around, and now he's giving advice to someone that felt like him.
Yeah.
And so it's this full circle moment where he was that small fish in the first mastermind. And the second mastermind, he blew up. He took action. He worked hard. He implemented everything we gave him. And then now he's the one that's giving advice to the guys that are below, that are younger than him, that are not as, you know, high up in business as him. And it's just this whole cool thing, because it's like you go from the small fish to the big fish, and then you teach a small fish how to become a big fish. And you grow together, and that's what's so cool about it. And I was talking to the day ones, which were all in Dubai. I was like, Josh, Cruz, Alec. I was asking them, like, y'all flew out 28 hours to Bali for 7 days. And I straight up asked them, like, why? Like, I wouldn't do it, if I'm being honest. Like, bro, that's too fucking long. And they were like, dude, like, these trips changed everything for me. The Dubai one you hosted changed everything for me. You don't realize it, but what you put together changed my entire mindset on how to scale and what's possible. I need to do the same for someone else that joined. And it would have been a huge difference if they didn't join, because you would have never met them. And I think you meeting them was like the really, really cool moment where I was like, okay, shit is starting to click now and everything. You know what I mean? So I guess, like, what would you say about the community and everything? That's huge for you, right?
Yeah, I would say before joining, system-wise, just you being able to scale me up, I had I didn't have like an ounce of doubt in your system, because I was watching so many case studies that I knew that, hey, if I applied myself and just don't have any ego towards it, I will scale. What broke my expectation though was obviously you, just me being here talking to you. I like, it sounds crazy, right? But this is out of my expectation. Even in the mastermind, getting to meet and hang out with all these guys, out of my expectation. Like, especially, I don't know where you came from, whether you're in the group or not, but understand all the community calls. You get to interact with everybody in there. So yes, you're gonna get all the system, all the like technical stuff, but seeing other people doing what you're doing, except they're like maybe a few levels ahead, break your limited belief in real time. That's not something that I like had any expectation towards. And I would credit that towards like how fast I integrated towards basically increasing my standards, right? Because I don't think I would have broken my limited belief myself had I not talked to, you know, the boys, and even sitting here talking to you in person, you know?
And I think that's such an overlooked factor, but when you talk to somebody that's ahead of you and you realize that, hey, this guy's no different from me, that literally just changes everything. And you realize what's possible. And for you, I mean, I want to kind of go back a bit and talk a bit about your backstory and how you grew up and everything. I already kind of know this, obviously, but walk him through, what was your story? How did you kind of get into this? And you, like, when you were on call, when I remember on the first call, like, you screamed so many limiting beliefs. Like, I could kind of see that there were so many beliefs holding you back, just because of how you grew up and the experiences you went through and everything. Talk a bit about that, man.
Yeah, so my family, they're immigrants from Vietnam. I don't come from a lot of money, so everything else aside, they've planted so many limited beliefs towards making money, owning money. It's like if you make a lot of money, you obviously have to do something bad or you cheated somebody. So that idea, even though I've broken it to some level, before joining you guys, I was like, I have to let go of all these things. But it was so much, like, it was so hard to break by myself though. So that's something I've always carried on my shoulders. Like, insecurity-wise, I've been insecure about everything my entire life. Yeah, like, I would say I would never call myself dumb as a person, but because of all the quote-unquote limiting beliefs or insecurities I carried, I made some questionable choices. Like, one of the story that I told you, bro, was back when I was 18, I got into, I'd say it's like top 20 university in the US, full ride and everything paid for. I was supposed to become like a doctor, and that's what I intended to do. However, after my first year, I felt so out of place. I didn't connect with anybody. I discovered, you know, you could make a living, have freedom, and do all these things that you want if you pursue entrepreneurship. Only problem with that, though, is that when I dropped out, you know, all the dreams of entrepreneurship, I didn't pursue them. I let all my insecurities, all my limiting belief take me over. And for the next 4 years, I just started a bunch of shit, from digital marketing, creation of website, selling to people, you know, basically pitching video editing gigs, bro.
Yeah.
I would quit every single time I would make like $100 or $200 because of self-imposter syndrome. I would never let money land into my life. And when I was 22, I realized if I continue to let those things run me, I would grow up to be a 30-year-old loser. Like everything that people expected me to be, it would come true. You know, I don't come from a lot of money. I'm gonna end up fucking broke when I'm 30. I'm not gonna be able to provide for my family or for myself or for the, you know, the things that I want to build in the future. And that really hurt. And this leads into like my backstory of just building an online business, right? I started last year, built up a following, even though I told myself I don't expect to be paid the first year. I would post 100 videos, and if I get like 100 subscribers, I would pat myself on the back and said, at least you stuck to something. My channel blew up 6 months in, made a few thousands, you know. But that's all beginner's luck though. I didn't know what the fuck business was. I didn't know sales, I didn't know offer creation. And then fast forward to now, I see everything lining up, you know. The backstory that I have, not a lot of people have that and can use it. I'm at the point when I'm very thankful that I had that backstory because I can relate to the guys who are down bad, you know? And primarily when I joined you guys, the lone belief I had was, can I do it too? Like I have such a big chip on my shoulder. I don't know if I'm good enough. Like physically, I've been insecure my entire life. And what I realized is that you guys never judge me. That's the thing. Like, even though I was a small fish, even though I'm still climbing, I see myself at the top, not because, you know, you guys like tell me specifically what to do. You guys do when I ask. However, it's more so the fact that you guys treat me as if I belong here, you know, that, you know what I'm saying though, right?
Yeah, bro, of course.
So that's why, bro, it's gonna sound like this is the point where it's gonna sound so dumb, but if I didn't take that leap of faith last month, I'd be moving as slow as a snail. I wouldn't have the limiting belief that, like I would not have broken as many limiting beliefs in such a short amount of time. Like I joke around saying I've aged 10 years mentally. Like conviction wise, I have so much conviction in the things that I want to build, plus the impact that I want to make just because I see what you guys do, you know?
Bro, that's fucking sick, man. Like, and that's what it's about. Like people think it's, oh, the money, but like for you to be able to make the money, you have to tap into a new version of yourself. And for you, like, I'm sure this year alone, or even these last 3 months, has been the most amount of growth you've ever fucking seen in your life, huh?
Like financially aside, bro, the goals I have now, it's what I would have imagined myself that I would hit in the next 10 years or so. But all the things I want to do by the end of this year. That's the speed in which I see you guys move at, and I'm like, I need to get up to speed because I'd just be wasting my time if I don't, you know?
Yeah. And that's what's so fucking sick because, yeah, I mean, we all have some type of, like, no one talks about this shit in the online space, you know, like, no one really does. But especially in Asian households, our parents obviously want the best for us, but what they don't realize is that they put a lot of beliefs in our head that stop us from growing as much as we need to. And it takes us our whole lives to figure that out, you know? And I was talking to the boys like Andrew, Alec, and, you know, Josh, I was talking to them about it. Like a limiting, like a belief that was instilled in all of us when we were younger is don't spend, be frugal, save money, do this, you know, invest in the funds or whatever, and, you know, play the safe route. Mm-hmm. And even though it's not bad advice, that advice actually holds you back. And in your case, that advice held you back to actually build a business, to do everything. And I mean, even the fact that you took that leap of faith, like that's why I'll never take credit for your success, man. I'll never take credit because you had to make that decision yourself. On these client interviews, I'll never be like, I scaled this guy. Like, no. I helped him scale. I don't like the idea of me taking credit and me being like, oh, I did this. I made him this money. Like, no. I helped him. You know, obviously I put you in the right community. I got you exposed to the right people. I gave you the right strategy that works. I didn't make you that money. You had to decide to join me. You had to decide to work with me. And then you had to decide to implement everything that I gave you. And that's why you make money, you know? And so often, like, that's where there's a gray line, you know? There's a gray line. And what I respect about you is that even though you weren't dealt the best card, you still made it fucking work. You still made it work. And yeah, we're here now. You're at 30K a month. Gonna damn near hit 40, 50 this month. And life is good, bro. Life is good. So crazy, huh? How things just change like this.
Yeah, I would say, like, you know, that question within like a call where you would ask somebody, you know, who is it up to change your circumstance? I always assume my responsibility. Like even on the call before joining, bro, I knew, like, to be fair, we're at 20K, right? Like I've invested 20K so far. By far, the first 10K that I invested, I flipped like that with Sue in 2 weeks. And then from there, I saw more value. I saw that I could move so much faster. So money, like that limited belief that money is scarce was broken for me. You get like it's like giving back money, right? The more you give, you tap into the idea of abundance. The more you hold on to it, the more you realize, hey, you know, you got to be so desperate towards all of these things. It's just gonna slow you down. That's what I see. Like even you, bro. Like all the guys that I've been exposed to, it's like their relationship with money is not something that, you know, it's gonna dry out. Like legit, if you level, number one, yourself up, mentality-wise too, you live in a world of abundance, you see people making these much amount, you see the impact they can provide. They're not bad people. Look at the lives they've changed and so on. It's like, then you stop being a little bit less selfish. Then you ask, how many more problems can I solve? How much more impact can I create? Like, what do I want to stand for? And then the money equation takes care of itself. That's why every single time that I've taken a bet on you, bro, like, do you sense any hesitation, right? Like, I even asked you, if you were in my shoe right now, Suwei, what would you do? I've trusted that gut instinct ever since I joined. Yeah.
It's worked out every time. Literally, bro.
Dude.
Literally worked out every single time. And that's what makes it special, bro. It's obviously you're making the money, but at the same time, you're changing lives, man. Like, I'm sure you've already had a few case studies where someone has completely transformed their physique, completely transformed their life, and you can see that kind of old you in them.
That's
you
all
know?
it is. Yeah.
And that's what, like, I love doing these interviews, and the reason why I want to run 2 to 3 with every single person is because we can look back at, okay, me and Matt's interview when he's at 30K a month. Then we can look back at me and Matt's interview at 100K a month. And then when you're at 300, you can look back at that one.
Yeah.
And we have 3 interviews to look at. You can see how different you are in every single one. Maybe in the next one, you're, you know, talking with more conviction and everything. You say we have conviction now, but maybe in the next one you have even more conviction. Right. The next one you're talking even more about systems and everything. And you know, like this one is like definitely going to be the most emotional one because it's the most amount of money you've ever touched in your life. Right. Which is why I wanted to have this before I went to London. Because I knew that this is like this is the months of your life completely changing. And even though it isn't a crazy transformation yet, we know that you're capable of so much more, even though it's not insane. What's insane is what you're changing up here. And all the limiting beliefs you're letting go. And the new identity you're tapping into in order to achieve 50, 150, 200K a month, you know? And this is like that stepping stone. And I wish I had that. I wish I was still filming myself when I was making that 5, 10, 15, 20, because you can see that progression. But the vision that I have and the reason why I always love to do these interviews, especially in person, is because, bro, I can literally show you. Look at Matt at 30K a month. Look at how different he is from the Matt at 100K a month. Look at the amount of growth you made. Like, I want you to watch back this video and be like, damn, bro, like, that was me 4 or 5 months ago when I first joined, you know, and just, it's just such a cool moment to look at because this is forever. We can watch this forever. Yeah. Like the cool thing about videos and having everything on camera is that we can look back at it. And even, bro, like I always talk about this. Some of my videos I'm gonna show my kids. When I'm 40, when I'm 50, and my kids are like 15 to 16, I'm gonna show them what I did at 19 and 20. Badass as fuck, you know? And they're gonna be able to see what their dad was like at a young age and what kind of business he was building. And this is an interview that your kids can literally watch. Right. That's what's so cool about this shit. You know what I mean? So, like, obviously the money's important, but the thing I'm proud of you most is the type of person that you've become. Not just like, obviously the money is cool, but you've had to let go of so many limiting beliefs that your parents and your family and that your background has put on you. You broke out of that shit and now you're making more money than your bloodline has ever seen, right? Yeah. And that's crazy. And you're just starting out, bro. It's been a month of us working together. And you've made the most amount of money that your family has ever seen. Think about how crazy that is.
I'll add another layer on that. I gave my my dad a call 3 days ago. Like the first day I was here. I told him, is he heading anywhere? And he said he was heading on a trip. I told him, does he need any money? And he asked me, aren't you making like nothing right now? You're just holding yourself up in Vietnam. I was like, how much money you need? Just let me know. And he said $2,000. I was like, I'll transfer it over tomorrow. It felt good.
Such a fucking sick. I'm getting goosebumps, bro.
Yeah, bro, like, I shit you not. When I was, funny you talk about calls. I think my first call with Jacob, the onboarding call, like I stuttered saying I want to make 20, 30K by December because I want to be able to send at least 4 to 8 grand to my parents. Because I just know that, like, money for them is so scarce. And by the end of, December, I've probably had multiple 5 figures a month, like upwards, like beyond 10K. And I have that room to spare and just give it back to them. And be able to do that within just, the first month in.
Just the beginning, man.
Yeah.
And I think it's never about the money itself. It's what you're able to do with it. I say this all the time, man. People ask me, like, why am I trying to make all this money when I have money from my parents and everything. It's not about the money, man. It's not about the money. It's the feeling it's the feeling of just being able to sustain yourself, first of all. Yeah. Then also providing for your family. Like there's my aunt got in a car accident pretty recently, and you know she does basically she's an Uber driver, and because she got in an accident, her car broke down, everything. She had to wait for the parts. She couldn't work for 3 months, and she was panicking, man. Like she was stressed out of her mind because like you gotta understand the economy is so bad these days. Like it's terrible. Inflation's on the rise. Like nothing is going well, and I got her bank details and I just sent her a lot of cash. I sent her like 3 to 6 months of salary, and I'm like, don't even worry about your work. Don't even worry about anything. Just take the money and just relax. I'm competent now. I can take care of you. I can take care of the people around me. And all these little instances, like they just feel good. You know, they just fucking feel good. And I think the cool thing about what we've built is that we're all the same. Me, you, Alec, you know, Andrew, like we all have given back to people. Alec, he didn't buy a car, he didn't buy a watch, he gave back to his family. And he was the first person in his bloodline ever touch money like that. And you are that one step closer. I mean, you're at 30K, which is cool. But I challenge you, like, it's not enough. And I think you know that as well. It's not fucking enough. You gotta push yourself. Be a fucking industry leader. Push yourself to 100K a month. And when you hit that 100K a month, you're gonna be like, damn, this is what it's like to not even bat an eye to the price. This is what it's like to not even worry about sending money to my parents or whatever. And you can just do what is right. That's what's special about this shit, you know? It's never about the money. It's always about what you do with it. And if you have the right morals and values, which you do, it just makes this whole journey 10 times more satisfying because you're not just doing it for yourself, you're doing it for the people around you. It's sick, man. It's sick. So yeah, I mean, you're at 30K a month. What was your favorite part of the program that helped you get to this point? I mean, we talked about community a lot, so I don't want you to mention that, but what is a aspect of this that helped you get to where you are and will help you get to 100K a month?
I'd say support. I'd say like it's more so like the speed in which you get back to me, or I say like Jacob. For those of you guys who don't know, Jacob is basically, you will realize this way. He has a whole fucking team that will like bring you up, okay? And one of my favorite boys, his name's Jacob. He's in charge with us like sales, catching up to speed in terms of like just cash collected and everything. And I remember when I first joined, bro, everything that Jacob sent me, I studied as if it's a fucking college textbook. I would recite the script at night and I would recite it in my sleep. Like I had a girlfriend at that time, and not like she would tell me I'm talking in my sleep about the things that I was given the day before, bro.
You're reading a sales script. You're
like
sleeping like this, and then you're reading a sales script.
Like,
I mean, bro, what do you have to think about, bro?
Yeah, bro. Like it was just discovery that I was lacking so much because I felt so like the limited belief towards money, right? It seems so it seems so slimy.
Yeah.
But the thing is, all like the limited belief that I had to break is that all sales is you're helping the person you know you can help make a good decision. That's all it is. The ability to trust all the information that comes to me with full conviction. That's something that I don't think I've talked about, because the thing is, everybody, like every single one of your team members, bro, they're competent within their own field. Like Teddy, you guys don't know. I'm just gonna drop names at this point. Josh, two other guys. Now we're like, Teddy is working with me. That's the crazy shit, right? And Josh, he tells me, whenever I need help, hit him up. Like, bro, like you will not find that type of support. I don't know. Like I've never been, like I don't have experience to talk about it, but I would say this is all the experience that I would need, right? Like if I knew this in advance, like bro, it's such a no-brainer, man. Yeah.
That's the thing. That's why I built it out this way. It's like these guys actually fucking care.
Yeah.
You know, they're not some guys that like. There's a lot of programs out there, and especially my competitors, that would charge a ridiculous amount of price, give you the bare minimum, give you 2 one-on-one calls, and throw you a CSM that is incompetent, that doesn't know what he's talking about, and they call it a day.
Yeah.
And they take your money and they be like, just do more volume, bro. Do this, do more volume. And they give you basic advice that you know already.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the thing that we really strive for, and that I tell my guys in the fulfillment, is like, well, first of all, let's double down on the people that actually put in the work. So we track, I'm sure, I went over this yesterday, we track the group call attendance, we track who shows up to the group calls, we track who actually helps the community, we track who's active in the group chats, and whoever is most active, we give them the most one-on-one support possible. Right. And because we know that whatever we give them, they'll implement it and they'll become a good case study, they'll become a good client. At the end of the day, we're in the service-based business, you know? There are different clients, and different clients have different potential, and the guys that have most potential we want to double down on to get the ridiculous results. That's just how it is. And for you, it's like these guys actually care about you. you know?
100%.
And even when you come to the next mastermind, even in Europe, you're gonna be able to meet all these guys in person and dial them in person. Like, it's gonna be so cool.
Yeah.
And I think Bali was just like the tipping point. It was just the tip of the iceberg. And
Yeah.
you got to see what it was like for them to be, you know, helping you out. And it's gonna be even crazier, honestly. Yeah, the team is crazy, huh? It took me a long time to put together that team. And also even train them up on how to actually coach.
I'd say the same vibe that I get from you, bro. Literally, I'd say it depends on the person too. But I do my due diligence and make sure I don't waste time. And I would say like anybody who comes from that perspective of like know that time is valuable and know that if you ask specific questions that's very catered to your situation, you get applicable advice. Like I can't tell you how valuable that shit is, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we all struggle with clarity.
Yeah.
The moment that you have clarity, you can just do the fucking thing. And that's what we do. Like we have coaches everywhere where it's like, as soon as you have clarity on, okay, like on our first call, I remember I pointed your A+ problem was, you know, your stories and your appointment setting. Like, literally, I literally told Matt, like, bro, literally your appointment setting is so, you're not even doing it first of all.
Bro.
And when you do it, it's complete cheeks. You know?
Right.
Join this call, get this help, book in a one-on-one with this person. You booked it in, and then within a week it got good, and you booked like 3-4 calls, and that's how you scaled so fast.
Yeah.
You 3x in 30 days because you listened to the advice that I gave you. I pointed you to a coach that was competent. You learned from that coach, and boom, now you scaled up.
Yeah.
So the way that I have the fulfillment structure, and the reason why we get such good results is because I am the guy that tells you exactly what you need to work on. I can look at your overview, like your macro, your business on a macro level. And then I have coaches that dial you in on the micro level. Yeah. So I am over here, right? We're over here. I'm pinpointing, okay, your A+ problem is appointment setting. Your A+ problem is also content. Okay, Josh. And then your A+ problem is closing. Okay, you go here. And so based on the prioritization that I've given you, now you're like, okay, I need to join the Monday calls with Jacob. I need to join the Thursday calls with Teddy, specifically for fitness. I need to hop on more one-on-ones with Teddy and get more content reviewed there.
Yeah.
Boom. And now you scale. And we did this while me giving you 1 hour of my time and then you leveraging that 1 hour to go to other coaches to solve the micro level problems, and then you come back to me with another macro level problem. So wait, now I'm at 30K a month. What do I do now? Let's do the done for you management. That's your weakest point. Let's focus on your unique zone of genius. Let's get an editor. Josh places an editor, boom, and we move fast. Now you have a setter manager, a qualified setter that's been trained up on your offer. And then also we have an editor that's placed from Josh that was trained by his guys. So now you have 3 team members that are competent and you can focus on your zone of genius. Now you can scale to 100K a month. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I say this all the time. It's like, yeah, we do one-on-one support, but I only focus on the macro level because someone else can replace me on the micro level. And
100%.
the people that got me to where I'm at are the same people that are helping you. So that's why you trust them as much as you do, because you know that, hey, these are the guys that are responsible for taking Suway from 0 to 150. I trust them with my fucking life. I trust them with my business. And that's that's like the coolest thing ever, man.
Yeah.
So
that's the conviction I was talking about, bro.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing to come to the program thinking you would do everything, but it's another to know that there are like 4 or 5 different people, same level, in different like specificity. Yeah.
I need to talk about that more, huh?
No, you really,
you probably had no clue.
Yeah.
You thought it was just me.
Dude, I fucking said, like if Jacob had a mindset channel, like solely dedicated towards sales, bro, I would subscribe and watch every single one of his videos. Yeah, like
it's killers on all channels. Closing, back-end systems, setting, management, content, all 5 is covered. Crazy, huh? Sick, man. So you're at 30 right now, on track for a 40, 50 month. What's the goal in the next 6 months?
I was joking with Monesh last night. I said by December, if we don't hit 100, bro, like we're actually gonna tie a noose, bro. Like, like we got it on fucking cam, bro. Like no. It's like 100 is basically, if I don't increase my price point, it's just 20 people. Thing is, I'm at where I am, and I think we went over this on the first day, bro. I've not even dialed in with content yet. Like ever since the Bali trip, I've made the most amount of cash collected and rev. However, I've yet to post one long form content. And the thing is, my biggest acquisition channel is long form content. So question is, what is left on the table? There's so many other cards I could play. When it is played, it's like, it's a no brainer. Like if I actually don't hit it, I'm doing something fucking wrong, right? Yeah.
You're gonna hit it, bro. It's just a matter of time. You already know what you gotta do as well. We just gotta execute, and you have the foundation and the base is scale because you have the setter that we placed. You have the editor that we placed. Now you have the manager. Bro, just run that shit up. Double down on YouTube, and there we go. right? So I'm very excited for a business breakdown as well. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, man. I mean, what is a piece of advice that you'd give someone that was in your shoes before? You know, someone that was stuck in that 8 to 10K a month range. They want to make the same transformation as you. They want to run a multiple 5-figure business. What is a piece of advice that you'd give them to make the same transformation that you did?
I want to give it to someone else. I would just as if I'm talking to myself right now, because that way I can pinpoint exactly where, if you relate to me, especially my backstory, where I came from, I understand you gotta understand where you want to go and how fast you want to get there, okay? Yes, you're making some money right now, but in the grand scheme of things, you're 20, bro. Most of the guys running 6-figure months, bro, they're still in their early 20s. I'm 24. I'm one of the oldest in the group. And bro, I'm still not making like that much in comparison to the grand scheme of things. You get like at the beginning, you don't have money, so you're gonna have to sacrifice your time to make the money. Once you have the money, once you have the capital, it's like if you don't know how to flip that capital in terms of investment, whether it be knowledge or just like people or just exposure in general, you're gonna move so slow, bro. Like I'm talking to just me 3 months ago. You think you're hot shit right now, bro, but the thing is, you could move a lot faster if you just dumb down your ego and say there are better people out there in the field that I want to get into. Why not put money where your mouth is so that you can move fast, right? That's the beauty of it all, bro. Because the thing is, even holding on to everything that I had before, that's still a limited belief. You think money is scarce, but it's not. The moment you put it down, you force yourself to make even more. Yeah. And the beauty about, forcing yourself up against the wall is that you have two options. You either apply yourself, get help, and act as if you actually have to make something happen, or play safe or quit. But those aren't really real options, because I'm assuming you want to do big things in life. You want to go get the freedom that you've always wanted, and that's all one leap of faith after another, trusting that you're gonna be able to make it work.
I love it, right, bro. I literally love that. And there's someone on the other side of the screen that's probably been watching the YouTube videos. They've battle back and forth in their head. Should I join? Should I book a call? What is your one thing that you'd say to them if they're considering joining Consulting Mastery?
Number one, I would say I'm nobody special, okay? So understand you don't have to be special to get up to the point where you see some form of success. Like even the form of success that I have now, like we said before, standard-wise, my standard has increased so much, bro. Just know you have a good head on your shoulder. You know how to apply yourself. You know how to ask the right question. You know where you want to be, and you know how fast you want to go. Book the call. Worst case scenario, it hurts your bank a little, but guess what? That's gonna force you to actually apply what you learned. If the amount of money did not hurt you, you wouldn't value what is, being taught to you. That's why I'd say. Understand though, it's still gonna be up to you at the end of the day, right? Because Suwei could have given me everything, which he has and more. The fact that I could be here in an environment with him and have him break my limiting belief in person, it's an opportunity I didn't even know I would get, right? But now here we are. There's nothing special about me. If you genuinely want to move fast, Suwei has everything you would need to move fast. Now, the leap of faith that you got to take though is take whatever money you would have. If you would just pack a pile away, play it safe, you could flip that if you just act fast. That's what I'd say. Some people aren't meant to move fast, but if my message right now stands out to you, bro, it's a no-brainer. Like I'm telling you, I would smack myself shitless 6 months ago, bro. If I knew, I would have moved so fast. I just fork over. Bro, 10 bands, right? 10 bands, bro, for the first offer, it's like 10 bands. I put it down. I made it back in 2 weeks. And then
I think first week, right?
Okay. Actually, so first week I closed I said 2K. And then on the Bali trip. Oh, no. Actually, I was so close to 10 grand before the Bali trip. Yeah. Because
I remember, yeah.
Your expectation of me is that I asked you, how much should I make before the Bali trip? You're like 14. I ended the fucking, the week before I came to the Bali trip with 8.5. And then on the trip, bro, it was like closer to 9K a day. Yeah. So, bro, just understand who you are as a person, bro. Understand your background. Understand that if you don't have too big of an ego where you think you know everything, I think Suwei's the guy. That's what I would have told myself, bro. You could choose from anybody else, but I understand the community, the connection that you built, you're not gonna find that anywhere. And I stand for that, right?
Oh, yeah. And one thing I would say is if you're not ready, please don't join.
Right.
We don't need new clients. If I'm being honest, I'm very happy with the base that we have. Every new acquisition and every new sale that we have right now, it's a blessing to even be able to say this, but it's nice to have. It's not a must-have. Mm-hmm. And I'll never operate from a place of join us because you're missing. No. If once you feel like you're ready, join us. If you're not ready for it, please just don't book a call unless you're ready to actually get onboarded, get ready, and just take it to the next level. So that was a beautiful interview, bro.
Bro.
I can't wait to do one when you're at 100. That was mad. Where can they find you, bro?
So I'm Real Matt Wing. Win, or however the fuck you want to say it, on YouTube and IG. You can probably find it. So
Yeah, beautiful interview, and we're gonna have another one when we're at 100. It's gonna be sick.
no, bro, I see it. I see it. There's no fucking way where we don't land, bro. It's like,
Let's do it, bro.
good, bro.
Let's do it.